Drew Ivery here with the East Texan Sports Report, talking to Coach Burton, head coach of the women's basketball team. Coach, this is a new year. You got new players. Half of your basketball team is freshmen now. You got new additions to the team. What would you say to such a young team in a strong Lone Star Conference?
First and foremost, your hair is great today, man. Whatever you did is awesome. Look good today. We only have 4 freshmen. I think we did a good job in our recruiting process of trying to balance every class. And so our smallest class is our senior class. We only have 2 seniors. But we do have a strong junior class. We got 5 juniors in that class right there. And we brought in a lot of experience. And so we have a lot of new faces, but we have a lot of experienced players. And so right now we're just teaching, man, doing a lot of teaching. And that's good for our freshmen to have these new faces and they have to teach so much because they're able to not have to just jump into a team that just knows everything.
Right.
And so that's allowing them to kind of not hit that learning curve so hard. A lot of teaching going on right now, but it's good. The good thing about this team is that they're very competitive. They're competing right now. They're playing with a lot of energy. And so just anxious to get practice number 2 underway.
Speaking of practice number 2, you had practice number 1 yesterday. How did that go? What's your analysis from day 1?
A lot to learn.
A lot to learn?
A lot to learn. A long way to go. You know, just new faces. I really like our team. I like the talent level that we have. I like how they fight. I like how they're hungry for success. I think we did a good job of bringing in winners. A lot of the players that we played or that we recruited and brought in have won at some level. 3 players from San Jack that had their best year in school history, and you go on the line of just players that have won. But it's now learning how to do things the way we do it, and so that's the biggest thing right now. So had some drills that look really good, and some other drills that, okay, we got to work on that. So it's early. It's early, but yet we play somebody in a week from tomorrow. So, but ultimately we're looking for November 9th and what's going to prepare us for November 9th. And right now it's just one day at a time, trying to be the best team that we can be. And day 2, I expect us to be a little bit sore because that was the longest practice we've had all year. But come out and learn and be ready to go.
Right. You guys got a lot of good things going, and I know this year you got some replacements on your coaching staff. Now you got 2 new assistants going on. So tell us about your coaching staff.
Well, first I'll talk about Jean Marie Wilson. She's from the East Coast, but coached in Kansas last year. And the thing about her is every year the Women's Basketball Coaches Association does a 30 coaches under 30 years of age, and she was one of them last year. And so young coach, but has a good work ethic and did a really good job last year. Turned around a program that hadn't been very successful in Kansas, and they had a really good year last year. And now she's here, and she's a ball of energy. If you see her, she's going to bring energy, and that's the one thing that we need. And she's also just a great role model for our team, for our players. And then Olivia CC came from my alma mater. Got her from Austin College, where she was a GA last year. And the thing about her is she's just so much of a student of the game. She really, really knows the game. She's a hard worker. And she fits perfectly with the staff because we're a staff of grinders. And you know, myself and Coach Brown especially, we're working all the time. And she fits that mold and just loves the game. And so it's fun to have that new energy on the staff and new ideas. And it's so far so good.
And speaking of you guys always working, I saw you guys at some Dallas Wings games this summer. What'd you pick up from the games this summer?
Picked up a lot. You know, my wife, she's a huge basketball junkie, so that was her birthday present. We got her season tickets and had the opportunity to bring the team out to a game as well. But it's fun basketball right now, watching the Dallas Wings, and it's nice to have that in your backyard, to have one of the few really professional women's basketball teams in our backyard is awesome. And they're a young team, so it's fun to watch them develop. I like a lot of their young talent. And, the best center, I think, in the game is on the Dallas Wings. So hopefully we can keep her because Liz was so exciting to watch. And I think if they're able to keep that nucleus together, they're going to be special.
One last question is regarding your team. You had a lot of offense coming from players like Brianna Wise and Artasia Gay last year. How do you replace that kind of offense and that kind of help to your team this year?
I don't think you do that with one person or with 2 people. And I think we have a team that is a more balanced team. And so if you look at our team from 2 years ago when we had 20 wins, that team was so balanced. Excuse me. You had to guard everybody on the floor. And I think last year we didn't necessarily have that, but Tay was so special. Brianna Wise was so special. Brianna Wise is playing in Serbia right now. You had to pay a lot of attention to them, and they allowed for other people to get open shots because they were so talented. But I think we have a team that's very, very balanced. We can substitute and put in multiple different lineups with this year's team, and we'll score in different ways. And so, really, it's so early. You don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but you have talent in different areas that you hadn't had before, and so that's fun. And it's going to be fun to kind of maneuver this team around and see the different things we can do, the different lineups we can put on the floor. It's going to be a learning process all year, and the fun thing about this is that we get most of them back the following year.
Right.
You only lose Princess, which is going to be a huge piece, and you lose Kate, one of our players inside. But to have everybody else coming back and to have what I think is probably our deepest team, it's going to be fun to have them for 2 years.
Nice. Well, Coach, it's been great talking to you. We're going to let you get back to practice. You got something coming up here pretty soon. Yeah. So this has been the East Texan Sports Report. My name is Drew Ivery. Signing off.